My name is David Esparza. I have had Parkinson's for approximately 13 years. I was diagnosed about 13 years ago. This is relieving my pain and anything that could help anybody to relieve the pain of what and makes them feel good about themselves, or give it to them, damn it. I was at a friend of mine and we were playing cards, bridge, and they were very conservative people, and I had to excuse myself because I was shaking so much before the game. And I went to Yukon, the store, went in there explaining what my symptoms were, and they had made their recommendation to this Yukon. And I thought it was, because I've tried all these other strains, and none of them had really seemed to work. And one of the employees says, try this and call me back and tell me what you think. Well, I thought it was the best thing since Christmas, and it really worked for me. And I called him back excited, and I told him when I went back to the bridge game, my friends had seen me, and they said, what happened to you? Tell us. They couldn't believe. They knew I had done something, to myself, then I had to go and tell these very conservative people that I had medicated myself with marijuana. At the end of telling them the story, they were willing to grow it for me because they saw the big change that it had made in me. Next thing you know, I find myself in the garden, or I find myself, making a tree house for my son, or I find myself playing with the dogs. So it really helps me to have a good attitude, I think, about myself. And whether, I don't know how I look to other people or what I look like on the other side of the lens there, but I know what I feel like in my head. I feel good. I wish the people at the city council could see this right here. And look at this, I feel brighter. Look at that. I mean, come on, right now I am completely stopped. It's like, even my mother one time when she saw me.
I have early onset Parkinson's disease for which I've had deep brain stimulation surgery, which does a fair job of masking my symptoms. But for the purpose of this video, I've switched my DBS off. So what you're seeing here is my Parkinson's tremor with absolutely no medication whatsoever. And you can see that my tremor has calmed down significantly. In fact, it's almost completely under control.
Hi Larry, how are you?
Come in, come in.
Good to see you. How you feeling?
It's been a bit of a rough week,
Really? And the best way to take it is put it under your tongue and rub it in your cheek. Don't do too much, you're going to be asleep all afternoon. You know what you should do? No. Don't try to communicate, just relax. See what happens.
We know from animal experiments that the endogenous cannabinoid system is very important in regulating motor activity, that very type of activity that is impaired in Parkinson's disease. From animal experiments, we also know that boosting certain branches of the endocannabinoid system is helpful in relieving symptoms of Parkinson's. Finally, from anecdotal information, we know that certain patients who smoke marijuana experience relief of their symptoms.
I think you're calmed down.
so quickly.
Isn't that amazing?
He used just a single drop, and his hands afterwards were rock steady, and the dyskinesia left.
The voice is coming back.
It works most of the time.
In fact, it's... Did you guys eat lunch?
Are you hungry now?
20 a.m. Yeah. Actually,
A person like me could really use marijuana. It makes me pretty angry that I can't get it in my home state.
You want to take a little bit right now? Just take a big blob of it. I don't want to take too much more. There you go. That's good. Just take that little bit right there. And then we'll smoke a joint too. There you go. That's good. No, that's good. Take that. How long does it normally take for the oil to take effect?
Well, usually about an hour, or 45 minutes, 30 minutes, but I've ate some right
You ate some before
came.
I got here? Okay.
Right, so it shouldn't take probably 10 more minutes.
Now, I've seen you after we smoke a joint before to where you're just regular after you smoked a joint.
Yeah, this works better though. I
Yeah.
mean, this works a lot better. And I don't like, I won't even go out of the house.
Well, you'll fall down if you try to walk out.
No, I'm ashamed when I go out, I went out to eat and I couldn't hold my food on my fork and people pointing and laughing.
Oh, people.
And
people laugh at you?
but that was when I first found out when I was like this all the time
You
with
have a
their
paper?
medicine. Kids are from in Florida. When the sun hit it, it bleed.
Yeah,
I put the same stuff I eat on it.
and it just quits.
It's gone. It's the only spot that's left. I
How
need
about
to
that?
put another little spot on her. It was all over my arm.
I got bit by a spider in bed.
Well, look at Winnie. She had that big mole on her neck. Put it
Yeah,
on
that
her
she had a
forehead.
mole.
Came off in the
Your
back.
wife had a mole the size of a nipple.
And they was going to cut it off. And we put the oil on there. 7 days later, put the Band-Aid off. The skin mole was in the Band-Aid, and there wasn't a mark on the skin. Not even a scar.
You can't even tell
I
it was
didn't
ever
know.
there.
I wished I had that videoed. Marlboro Man. And then by that time, they done got you addicted to that. And at least let people get cured with this. Let the government make the money. That get us out of debt. But let's help people.
Yeah, legalize
Just
this
help
stuff
people.
and cure some
And
people.
then that way all of us will get out of debt, and the people that really need it, really need it, will get it.
My name is Mike Paulus, and the purpose of this video is to make viewers aware of Taylor French's condition with Parkinson's disease and what can happen when this condition changes dramatically with the intake of a nutritional extract. In the first portion of this video, his caretaker Janet assists him into the car. This process can take as long as 5 minutes. He has limited use of his legs and arms, therefore making him totally dependent on Janet to get in and out of the car, go to the bathroom, go to bed, eat, and so on. Under normal circumstances, it is also very difficult for him to speak. When Taylor was living with me 18 months ago, he was able to drive, he was able to walk around, take care of himself. So you can see that the Parkinson's has certainly deteriorated his body and his system. Something else is that you can see in a response to a question that I give him, it takes a while for him to really sort of gather his senses, and it may take up to 2 minutes to respond.
Sandwich? What would you say? How about sing a song? Can you play guitar, Taylor? That'd be cool. You can play guitar right now.
Yes, seeing is believing. This is the same Taylor that we've all seen in the wheelchair every day, every week. The difference is, for the last 10 days, Taylor has been taking a therapeutic dose of a vegetable extract. And after 15 minutes since his last dose, Taylor is standing, walking, moving on his own. On this particular occasion, it is for 45 minutes. But if he is on this for an extended period of time, he will regain his abilities through the miraculous nature of its neurogenic properties. We've created this video to show how important this treatment is for a Parkinson's patient, to actually give them back a normal life. As you can see in this case, it certainly is making a big change for Taylor.
I like when he talks a little different voice.
Never speak with your mouth full.
Never. The saying, never speak with your mouth full. Obviously, the extract has also increased his sense of humor, and or actually restored his sense of humor. It's never lost.
For most of us, raising our arms is no big deal. For Taylor, it requires a lot of help. On this day, he effortlessly brings them up, twiddling his fingers in the air. Could you imagine how much difference this could make if he has this capability for 24 hours every day, not just for once in 9 months for 45 minutes? So after Janet asked Taylor, "Hey, Taylor, do you want to go for a walk?" He turns around, heads towards the front of the house, and this part is a miracle as he confidently ambles towards the gate. Usually he can run in a forward falling position, but not walk. He also needs someone to catch him at his destination. Not this time.
Champion for Parkinson's.
Here, after eyeballing his Buick and being determined, a bit of a ham when a camera is going, Taylor now decides he's man enough to drive the car, especially after being fed by Janet. Can he do this? Remember, he's not walked on his own or driven in months. Confidence is now getting the best of him, and he will try. Sure enough, under his own power, he makes all the moves that are easy for the rest of us, but impossible for him. As you can see, when we say under your own power, that means a lot. For someone to make all the moves of getting into a car themselves, starting it up, positioning the steering wheel, closing the door, rolling up the window. All of these requires a lot of concentration and effort for someone who normally needs to be helped into a car.
This is an incredible miracle. Pulling it out. We're hoping that he's paying attention here and not crashing into anything, but we can see totally in control. Unbelievable. There he goes, and we suspect he'll return